Sounds like that would be absolutely amazing. We should start that. We should start a YouTube channel for the dogs. That's what we should do. That sounds like it's a fantastic idea. Guys, I hope you guys are having a fantastic night. It's good to be with you. It is a Wednesday night. We do these streams every single Wednesday night. So it'll be exciting to see what topics we cover, what we talk about. We're really just going to be chopping it up. It's going to be an open-ended discussion. So there's going to be no real topic other than what you guys want to talk about. Or any questions you might have for me. My life collection, whatever. It doesn't matter. Literally, it could be anything. It could be great TV. It's a break for some of us or some of you from the hobby as well, so that we don't always have to talk about Pokemon if you don't feel like it. So if anybody wants to talk about anything, now is the time. Most importantly, though, I hope you guys have had a fantastic Wednesday so far. I know there's been a lot of craziness in the hobby. I know there's been a lot of drama. I know that we've got these insane releases. Journey Together is in like T-minus 2 weeks. Destined Rivals T-minus 2 months. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I know we got a lot of stuff going on, and yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear from everybody. Turtle, how we doing tonight? What up, what up? Joe Huerta, what's good, Orion? 2 streams in a row for me. Nice. AM PM Pokemon, what's up, bud? How we doing? How we doing? Mike K, how we doing? Winners, Ayo, how we doing? What do you guys think right now about the hobby? What are your favorite things about the hobby right now? What are you doing with your collections right now? What kind of cards are you going after and why? And feel free to let us know if you're not collecting Pokemon right now, if you are taking a break and why. If you feel like things like a gut feeling that things are about to go horribly wrong in the hobby, and tell us why. This is an open-ended, safe space for everybody to really just be themselves, but also talk about whatever they want. You may hear Aspen and the babbling on. That's a possibility. It is around bedtime right now. Usually I wait till the kids are asleep, but I thought in this case, you know what, screw it. Let's do an earlier live. That way I have a little bit more energy, and if we do go over time, it won't be as big of an issue. Winners, I feel like a lot of people are going to get burnt on Journey. I think a lot of us are feeling that too. You know, I really want to buy into Journey, but the pre-order prices are already insane. My bin sales, you don't have to. I really don't mind. Okay. 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 I'm really, babe, I'm not worried about it. That's the thing, is I have to do videos and I have to do lives when I can. I can't try and shape everything around my family life and stuff we got going on. Babe, it's fine. Honestly, no one's gonna even care. But yeah, a Turtle, my bin sales have slowed down. Same. My sales on eBay have slowed down. Offers have slowed down. It feels like things are naturally slowing down. Did you guys see the Giratina V-Star? I think I'm going to cover that card tomorrow, as well as card doctoring. You know, just, I think the Giratina V-Star, it was talked about a lot. It was hyped up a lot. And now it's coming back down to earth with a listing that was just put up on eBay with a starting bid of $300 and a buy it now of $385. So that card's coming down. We also want to talk about card doctoring. I've had several messages about a Rayquaza, an EX Emerald Rayquaza, that had some doctoring done to it, I think, because it started swelling up at these certain areas in the card. And in my opinion, it was little creases that they tried to humidify and they tried to press out. And then they got it graded. It got a 9. And now the thing is swelling up. And the person is unhappy about it. I don't know if you guys have seen that. But you know how I feel about doctoring cards and altering cards. I don't like it. And I think it is going to be a big issue in the hobby moving forward. Spectre just got home from Walmart, got 10 packs of Surging Sparks, 2 booster bundles of Paldean Fates, 2 Zapdos 151 boxes. It was a great night. Dude, it sounds like you absolutely hit the jackpot, dude. Dude, congratulations on hitting all that stuff. Oh, and I have this up. If you guys give me any video topics that I might forget, from here on out, I am keeping pen and paper on me during all of these live streams so that I can write things down that you guys come up with, or stuff that you might say that catches my attention, because we always have these great organic conversations during these live streams, and then after the stream, I forget half of what we ended up talking about. So I'm going to try and keep better track of that. But Spectre, congrats on your find at retail. I did some retail shopping here. I've been trying to retail shop, and I've had no luck. Still having no luck. It's been a couple weeks now. I have not been able to score a single product. But I think that time is finally cooling off. People have got to be getting burnt out. They got to be spending all their money. I am saving my money. It feels great right now. I have absolutely no stress whatsoever. It's a great feeling. I'm still trying to master every set like a goofball. Good luck on that, winners. Good luck, man. Hats off to you. I can't do it anymore. Cardboard Hustle. How come you don't film these streams in a landscape mode like your other videos? I'm going to be honest with you. We have always done these streams, and actually anybody who's been here for a long time can actually attest to this. We've always done these streams in the regular landscape format, but for whatever reason, YouTube and the algorithm don't like it when I do those videos that way. Now, if the general population, if the general consensus is that these streams vertically are trash, I'm fine with that. I personally don't enjoy doing them vertically, but I do them vertically because one, I mean, it does, the chat is a little longer. I do kind of like that a little bit. But two, it helps the algorithms. That's what it helps. Yeah, it is proven that when I do it the horizontal setup, for whatever reason, YouTube just doesn't like it. Anyways, let's see what else we got. AM/PM Pokemon. I wish I could still buy cheap products. Joe Huerta. I'm glad it seems like prices, at least on singles, are starting to come back to earth. Sealed, not yet, but I think that's next. I think it is too. Mike K. Have you seen any of the Glory of Team Rocket Happens booster box that has Mewtwo on it and looks amazing? Yes, the one that everyone is talking about on YouTube. That's the thing. It's when a piece of information comes out, it is a race to see who posts it first, and those are what get the most views. And while sometimes I can get lucky and talk about something that no one else is talking about, I would rather talk about the stuff that I really care about. And quite frankly, Destined Rivals is coming. The Japanese set is epic, right? It's not going to change the fact that everything is going to be scalped to the moon and really unavailable, and I really won't have much opportunity to get my hands on this stuff, so there's no point in me really covering it until that happens, right? If there's a huge printing of it and we all can get our hands on it, great. I'm going to talk about it as much as I can. But right now, most of us can't even get that product, nor will we be able to. So it's kind of a depressing thing to talk about, and I think it just highlights more of the issues in the hobby than it does the good things in the hobby. Yes, it's an exciting set. Will we be able to get our hands on it? That's another question. Maybe we'll see. Closer it gets to release. Maybe we'll see. But I agree. It does look amazing. Malt F. I collect Digdry pictures from hot guys, so no time for Pokemon. Fair enough. You do you. No hate here. This is a safe space. Chevy 5-speed. How we doing? Hey, Corey Johnston. Do you sell packs? Not really. I honestly don't sell a whole lot of sealed stuff. Joshua Brown. You look like Harry Potter. I've never heard that one before. I've never got that one before. No, it is flattering. Thank you. Daniel Radcliffe is a god. Winners, how we doing? Malt, I also sell packs. Don Turvitt, Harry Potter. There it is again. We're getting multiple Harry Potters on here. I'm glad that one is sticking. Really was a missed opportunity. I really should have been Pokey Potter. There it is, Pokey Potter. There it is. I should just change my channel name now to Pokey Potter. Vinny Latavea. Rush of nostalgia behind you is insane. Coming from a 90s baby, yes, it hits different. It's why I love this stuff. It hits different. Sebastian, a hug from Argentina. Big hugs, big hugs. I appreciate you. Rosie, yo, I was here last time. Also, you look like a fireman. Right on, right on. Fireman vibes, fireman vibes. I'm not sure how many burning buildings I'd be willing to run into, but it depends what Pokemon cards are in those buildings. Because if they're Grail cards, I might have to run in and take a risk. Pokedabra, I saw they were Winters. I saw they were selling old Harry Potter booster boxes on Walmart. Vinny, I can see intelligent state trooper with the stash. Oh man, we are on a roll tonight, guys. We are on a roll. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Again, what are we thinking about the hobby right now? What are you guys' thoughts and feelings about Pokemon right now? Candy Pobs, how we doing? How we doing tonight? Thanks for popping in. Rosie, do you collect any other cards besides Pokemon? So, great question. I have Digimon, I have Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm not really into them. Not the same way I'm into Pokemon. Now, I am into Yu-Gi-Oh big time. The problem is I have most of the reprinted unlimited stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't have this urge to collect the higher end stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh. Maybe someday I will. The 5 pieces of Exodia, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, the Greats. I mean, I like Yu-Gi-Oh, but the way Yu-Gi-Oh is going now, it's just not something I'm much interested in. I thought about getting into One Piece. But yeah, mainly just Pokemon. And honestly, that's because I just couldn't find any of my childhood cards, and it drove me insane, and I went down a rabbit hole, and now I have a channel, and I have all this crap, and here we are. That's the frank way of putting it. That background is crazy. I appreciate it. Vinny, I feel bad for the kids first and foremost due to scalpers. They destroy the hobby, preventing others from obtaining packs at retail. It's not just the scalpers. It's also distribution. It's also us collectors. We want it all, right? Don't lie to me. When you go into Walmart, most of the times, you're willing to pick up whatever is there and all of it, right? They're not supplying enough. That is one of the core issues in Pokemon right now. In my opinion, they are not supplying enough. More people should be pissed off at Pokemon than anything, in my opinion. Because the scalpers can only do so much, right? If it's printed to the ground, they don't have crap. Like, so what? They've got a bunch of, prismatic and surging sparks. Well, it doesn't matter if they print enough of it. So that's kind of my point there. But yeah, I feel you. Well, people are getting fed up with scalper behavior, right? Fighting, brawls. Like, it's ridiculous. It's a joke. But yeah, I feel bad for the kids too. Turtle, I feel like raw and slabs are going down a bit. Buying feels really iffy right now. Yep, and this is how it happens at all. They're just silence, complete radio silence, and that is when everyone is going to start saying Pokemon is crashing. I do feel like we are getting a little bit of a retrace, which could be a gift to a lot of the people that are looking to get into the market and looking to make money and looking to invest. But for those of us that are just collecting, I think it's another good time to maybe look at singles. I'm looking at that Giratina V-Star for $300. I'm like, honestly, $250 to $300 to me seems like a bargain. When the card had just shot up to $500 and all these idiots were paying $500 for it. No offense if you're one of those idiots. We're all idiots at some point. That's another point. We are all idiots at some point in this hobby. You cannot BS me on that. We all make mistakes. A lot of people don't like admitting those mistakes. But for the most part, we've all made mistakes in this hobby. And right now, buying could be one of them, or it could be just a slight fallback from previous all-time highs. Hi. Is it your bedtime? You gonna say goodnight to everybody? You're on camera right now. They can see you. You know that?
Hi, everybody.
Time to go to bed? You had some milk? This is Tyranitar.
Good.
Tyranitar.
Hi, what's your name?
Tyranitar.
Tyranitar. Can you make that one?
Yeah, buying does feel iffy right now, though. What's your take on these insane prices for... Whoa, where are you going? Where are you going? For these new products, I'm personally not touching them with a 5-foot pole. I'd rather buy... I'd rather buy older sets, which I'm doing.
Can you
This is
make
Blaziken. I'm not
Hi,
sure what
Blaziken.
Blaziken sounds like. Blaziken! Flamethrower! You like that?
Can you do?
But this one's cool though. This one, wah! Wah! This one does a kick. Roundhouse kick.
Can you?
We can play with all these tomorrow, sweetie. We built a fort. We played like you wanted to. And now you had your little bubble bath. Daddy's doing his hobby right now. Daddy's playing. Anyways, not touching products with a 5-foot pole. Agreed. If they are over MSRP. If they're not over MSRP, yeah, I'm grabbing it. I'm opening it. It's going to be fun. I'm going to get burned. But in general, it's a blessing that you can't get sealed product. Let me tell you, so much of sealed product is a gamble and will burn you to oblivion. So it's not always the worst thing in the world when you can't get product. You really are trying to get in here. Baby, right now I'm making a video.
Can you make that talk?
You're just buying up your time, aren't you? You're buying up your time before you have to go to bed. She knows she's got it. She's so smart. She knows. No, don't pick that up. Don't pick that up. Don't move that. This is super fragile. It might break. We don't want it to break, do we? We can play with it tomorrow. I do not have vintage packs in these boxes. I have a Team Rocket heavy pack. I've got a bunch of base set heavy packs. It's 7,500 subscribers. We're gonna open up one of those. Rosie, do you have a girlfriend? If so, does she like Pokemon? That would be so cute. So no. I have a wife. And we have 2 kids, and none of them are really that interested in Pokemon. I mean, Aspen's not totally opposed to it, but I also don't need her to love it either. I want her to have her own hobbies and the own things she likes. But if they like Pokemon, great. Diana doesn't mind it, but she also has tolerated a lot over the years. So, and I think that's a good point. A lot of people in relationships where their significant other doesn't really understand this stuff or hasn't seen a lot of it. This stuff could break relationships, honestly, with how expensive cards are and the addiction of this hobby and gambling and opening up packs. You know, some people grow together and some people grow apart, and hobbies where you get really, really deep entrenched into it and you get kind of addicted to it. Hobbies tend to have that effect on people when they make it their whole lives. That's Arcanine.
What is this?
Hey.
Ow!
Hey.
What is this?
It's your bedtime. It's your bedtime. Isn't it? What time is it? Yeah, it's your bedtime. So let's put that away.
I want it.
Do you want Sisu? This is her new favorite toy. This is her new favorite Sisu. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie, but it's a cool little toy right here. And I love dragons. This thing's actually sick. Hey, you want to take your Sisu to bed?
Can you make it?
I can't, sweetie. Daddy's doing something right now. Daddy's really busy. Daddy's got really important stuff to deal with right now, you know? Important questions. Questions the world needs answered. Can you take this to mommy?
Come on, girlie. Let's go. Come on.
Take this to mommy. It's bedtime. Give me a kiss.
Say goodnight to Dad.
Kiss on the cheek.
Good
Love you.
night.
All right.
Okay, go pick a book.
Turtle. I have to buy to grade, but it sucks a bit right now. Yes, when your whole hustle is focused on grading, like I'm in the same situation. I'm grading a bunch of stuff I already had, but when I have to start buying stuff again, I hope the market crashes because I am ready to start buying and I'm stacking up funds, but I'm not doing it right now. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till this all fizzles out a little bit more. Say pokey a bum. I don't know what that even means. Life Lover, how we doing? Don Turvit, say pokey a bum. I don't even know what that means. No need for violence for sure. Vinny, are you excited about the new rocket set coming out soon? I am excited. Like I've said before, though, if I can't get my hands on it, it's not exciting at all. Zoot Scoot Boogie, what I missed, but I mean, yes, there are going to be some insane artworks, right? That Garchomp is sick, right? But I do feel like it's a lot of hype, okay? The Typhlosion and the Garchomp are good. They're good, but I don't know. They don't feel amazing to me. I actually think the Salamence, and I'm going to get crap for this, but it's not a pump. I don't even own the card yet. But the Salamence from Journey Together is underrated AF. Nobody cares about that card. They are all about the Clefairy, which I think is for the wrong reasons. I honestly feel like people are jumping on a bandwagon for that card. I feel like Salamence is just getting totally disrespected. Winters, what Giratina V-Star is at 300? Exclamation point. So it was the starting bid, but it was starting at 300. You might say, well, Ryan, that's just the starting bid. It goes to show that someone was willing to say, hey, my maximum loss here is if I set it at 300. There are going to be more and more people that are willing to take way less than what cards are going for in market. And 385, guys, it was just 415. It was 420. Then it was 405. Then it was 395, 385, 375. It's going to be going lower and lower and lower, I bet you. And maybe just that card, because that card's kind of a weird anomaly anyways. It shot to 500 out of nowhere. I think the whole hobby is going to take a step back from where we're at now. All numbers aside, that's all you need to know, is that there is going to be a good time for this hobby. Maybe right now isn't quite it. And there's still going to be deals. I've been seeing a lot of deals on eBay. There's still going to be deals for all kinds of generations of Pokemon, right? Let's not forget about Sword and Shield. You could buy sealed booster boxes of Sword and Shield right now. You could look for people letting go of that stuff right now instead of hunting for this super modern Scarlet Violet crap. The DL guy, it's not crap, but you guys know what I mean. See, he didn't hit his daughter like that one guy hitting his kid. Oh my God, that was bad. That was so bad. The Whatnot streamer that, dude, not only did he hit his kid, but he was like, hey, come over, let me tell you something. Wham! Like, he baited him into hitting him, which is what pissed me off so much. Like, yeah, I get it. It's frustrating when you're doing stuff, your kid comes over, and you do have the whole world watching you. Or you should at least operate that way. But at the same time, even when you're at home doing something, there's never been a time where I've gotten like angry. Aspen or even Asher, but Asher's still like a baby right now. Everything kids do is mostly for love and attention, and that's all anybody really needs to know. Being a parent is pretty easy. Just be there, and don't hurt your kid. Because that trauma is something they can never recover from. Malta F, don't care about the... I don't care about the kids. If there's a kid between me and my Pokemon cards, you can be that kid. You can bet that kid will switch after to that Digimon. Oh no. Rocket Power, how we doing again? Appreciate you watching my stuff recently. There was a decent amount of product at the Target near me the other day. Nice. Paldea 3-packs, the new Azuretins, and a lot of single packs of Silver Tempest. That's good news. That's what we want to see. Pokemon is about to... The printers are about to go burr. Maybe. I have a hunch. You have to pick one Blaine's Charizard or Mewtwo in the test tube. You have to pick one. Oh, man. Well, I'm guessing this is PSA 10 versus PSA 9 because those prices are really, really different. I'm picking the Blaine's Charizard all day, guys. I still want the Blaine's Charizard. Blaine's Charizard is on my list. If you're wanting to collect like me or you want to know what are some other vintage Grail cards that I think are still undervalued, the Blaine's Charizard, in my opinion, is insanely undervalued. That card is amazing looking. The artwork is amazing looking. It's one of the best Charizard cards of all time. The fact that I haven't already bought that card blows my mind. I had several graded copies, raw copies. I have one still in my vintage binder. Love the Blaine's Charizard. I'm sorry. The test tube Mew is great, but it's got nothing. Test tube Mew will be around. You can go get that when you get big money coming in, right? The Blaine's Charizard will not be around forever. I can guarantee you. Vintage in general, I feel like, is secretly dwindling. I don't know. Kurt, what's good, brother? How we doing? Alice in Silverland, how we doing? Hey, hey. Life lover Orion, if you were in the wild and had to resort to eating a single Pokemon, what would be your choice? Oh, Torchic. Torchic in a second. Mostly clean, lean meat. Torchic. And it's a fire type Pokemon, so maybe it even has some zest to it. Yeah, sorry, buddy. But, yeah, his offspring, for sure. Actually, how does that work? We're not going to talk about that. I'm choosing Torchic. I'm choosing Torchic. You literally read my mind. Her hair is awesomely long. Yes, Aspen's hair is incredible. Diana's hair is also incredible. She has really healthy hair. One of Diana's secrets is that she doesn't use a whole lot of product. Neither do I. We're not going to go into depth on my hygiene, but, and even, yeah. Anyways, yeah, she has great hair. We have great genes in this family, and her side of the family, I think, has better genes than mine. So hopefully, our kids will be healthy the rest of their lives. And she's such a princess. She loves Aspen. Loves her hair being long. Like she's like, "Don't cut it, Daddy. Don't cut it." So, and I have no reason to. Also, it's really, really special. Your first hair, your first, like, locks, that's really special. So, how many wives do you have? I have one. What do you think about traded booster packs? Traded booster, especially vintage graded packs. Graded, you mean graded. I think it's kind of a weird aspect of the hobby, but I understand it, and everything will eventually have some kind of value. If you like graded packs, go for it. Enjoy what you like. Don't ever listen to anybody else telling you what you can, should, or should not do, can't do. Do what you want to do, because ultimately, you are the boss of your universe. Mike, Mad Stoys Collectibles. Did I read that right? Yeah. Hi from Denmark. It's been a while since I've been in your comments, but I know that I have been lurking on your videos and always follow along. Right on. Hey, man. Thanks for coming out on a Wednesday night stream. We appreciate it. Alice, I have a 7-year-old son and a daughter who will be 2 in May. My husband is sitting here watching too, and and thinks it's cool that you are on here with her. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't have much choice, and the thing is, we usually wait till they're asleep, but I don't care anymore. I just don't care. It is the most freeing thing in the world to say to yourself, not in like a negative way, but like, I don't matter. No one cares. Like, nothing anybody thinks about me matters. Like, none of this matters. The only thing that matters is what they think of me. As long as they love me and they have my back, nothing else really matters. So, if I'm doing streams and they want to pop in and make ruckus and interrupt half the stream, I don't care. That's how it's going to be. That's a better way to live life than trying to tiptoe around the fact that, like, you have family, you have other things going on in your life. What I will say is it's very difficult to balance family life and doing all this stuff, especially getting into it really heavily right around when we had our first kid. That was not great timing on my part. And now everything is okay. I've made a business of it. I make money from doing it. I have the YouTube. It gives me an outlet. It's a hobby, something to do. And I've gotten really good at knowing what I'm doing with it. But it took some time. It took some time to get to that point where we felt like everything was running smoothly. And even to a point where now I'm comfortable just like, I'll do a live stream. If it gets interrupted or there's noise, whatever. I've cared way too much how videos and streams turned out for way too long. My son's bedtime is in 4 minutes. See, Aspen is supposed to go to bed like now, but she won't go to sleep until like 11 o'clock. I know it's not good, but you know what? We love our kids, and if our kids want to stay up a little bit later and they don't want to follow the rules, that's life. Not everybody follows the rules. I sure as hell didn't when I was a kid. My mom would close the door and I would secretly put on a headphone set and I'd be listening to rock and roll for the next 2 hours, playing with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards or my Pokemon or my toys or my Army Men or my Transformers. That was being a kid, right? And she's a kid just like us, so it's important to remember that. And I had a great childhood, so I know that staying up late isn't good, but I also don't believe in having a super strict guideline. Being a parent is such a cool thing. You make your own rules, right? There is no guidebook, there's no rule book to how to do this perfectly. You just got to enjoy it. Just got to enjoy the process, and it can be tough. Right now, she's fighting going to bed. It can be tough, but Brian has him going to bed at 6:20 every night. He's stricter than me on a lot of things, most things. Well, and hey, if it works, right? We're a mess. My work schedule's weird. I go to the bar and I come home super late. So like our life is not like a lot of other people's lives, right? I don't know if your husband, significant other, I don't know if they get home, they get off work at 4 or 5, they have dinner, the kids go to bed at 6, 7, that type of thing. Now they have their time to decompress. I'm hanging out all day during the day. I go to work at 6 or 5, depending on whether it's summer or winter hours. And then I get out at 10, 11, maybe 1 in the morning. But I get home late. So I miss a lot of that other stuff. So that's why we're kind of like, if I come home and she's still awake, I don't mind it because it's nice to see her before she falls asleep, even if I get home super late and she's supposed to be already asleep. He's crazy though. My doe's name is Raya. I think you meant daughter, but that's beautiful. That's a great name. Turtle, do you know if the PSA Vault always charges the early withdrawal fee? It was only charged $1 for my first one, but unsure about the future ones. All of my PSA Vault cards that I've sent, not paid any tax on, and then gotten out for $1 are still being withdrawn for $1. They said they were going to change that on the 16th. They have not changed that. I just got 4 more cards back out of the vault, $1 each. Also, guys, very excited about it. I'm going to announce it probably in another video, but I think you guys should see. I am going to share it with you guys. So I already bought one of these in a PSA 10. This was the second one that I bought. The one that I bought from my friend was actually $600 less than this one. Shout out to Chaos Emperor for hooking it up. My boy who just finished the Shining First Edition PSA 10 set, he hooked me up with my other copy that's way cleaner. This one I got off eBay for $2,400 from Z&G Emporium. Record sale on this one, and I'm unhappy with it. So it just goes to show that sales don't necessarily translate to quality, right? That card is not a great 10, right? It's a 10, but it's not as good as the one that my buddy sent me. So that's up for sale. This one also came in. I don't know if I think I've already shown you guys these ones. I think I've already shown them to you, but if I haven't, you guys are getting a sneak peek. The Galarian Moltres. We finally have this alt art. And these are all super, super clean. Good copies. And then, one of my favorite cards from the Scarlet Violet era. I've talked about this many times. I have 2 other copies at PSA. But I bought this one. I caved. And I caved probably not the best time. But I paid $500. We got this amazing Latias EX. Absolutely gorgeous. Looks so good with the red Grady Guard. Just the regular Grady Guard. It looks great. You guys can understand why I like the Salamence. It has that same vibe flying in the sky. I just think those 2 are probably my favorites from Scarlet Violet. But yeah, Vault is still cheap. Monkey, buy vintage. Contrary to popular belief, pop reports do matter in the long term. I think more and more people are getting into vintage too. As they digest all of the modern, they're going to go towards vintage. My thoughts. Austin is here. Michael Brogans. Does collecting cards ever seem like a waste of life to you? Michael Brogans, yes. Yeah, to be 100% real, yes, it does. Sometimes I feel like time is flying by and I could be doing more stuff with my kids. I could be doing more self-care. I could be spending a little more time at the gym or spending more time brushing my teeth. it sounds stupid, but literally all the extra time that I have, I spend looking at cards and trying to find deals, and it does feel like a huge waste of time when things don't work out or deals don't work out. It's just like it's very draining, and some people just, I don't know how they keep on going. I don't know how they don't burn out. I burn out about once every 3 to 4 months probably. I have like a full-on burnout. But that's because I'm like very invested in it. And if I'm not invested in it, I just take a full-on break. And so usually when I take a break, it's good for my mental health. It's good for my wallet. And it's good just to tell myself that, hey, this hobby's not going anywhere. You can always come back to it, Orion, but you have a family, you have a bar business, you have other things going on. So yeah, but I don't know if that was just a troll comment or if that was like genuinely a question, but I think that was a great question because it's like, I'm trying to be real here. Pokemon Finance, loves Blaine's Charizard. Yeah, that's great. Mac Daddy Death Jam, for real, underrated. Psyduck with the hoisin sauce. Dude, Psyduck is fire. Psyduck is fire. Best EX era cards to... Oh my god, you said Psyduck with the hoisin sauce to eat Psyduck. Oh, dude, Psyduck would be a move. Yes, I would eat Psyduck in a second. I'm wondering, though, if their powers, like, what would happen? Like, what if you ate Torchic and, like, you low-key had, like, burning in your guts? Like, that'd be actually kind of, like, scary, like, terrifying. Or Psyduck, like, you just psychologically went crazy after eating Psyduck. Oh, man. Luke, best EX era cards to invest in. You know, I have gotten so far from investment content on here. Hi. Okay. Okay. I will come see her right after the stream. Best EX cards. Yeah, I've gotten so far from like investment style content. I just don't find that important. But what I will tell you is some of my favorite cards. I actually have one up here. The Charizard EX. Honestly, man, whatever EX cards you like. Forget what you think is going to be a good place to park your money and invest in. What EX cards do you like most? Think of those, get a list together, get your like top 5, and then ask me what's my favorite from those top 5. That I will tell you. I will not tell you that stuff is going to explode, stuff is going to go to the moon, you're going to make a lot of money. These cards I think are super underrated and undervalued. Like, yeah, there's some extent I will say things are underrated, but I just want to leave value as far from it as I can because it has been, that part of this hobby is hammered down by other people. And it's not something that I want to be a part of too much anymore. SPN, you can shave your head and cosplay as Blaine. True. I could do that. I would have to be half insane to do that. And I also love my hair, so I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I have the guts to do that. Choose a humanoid Pokemon. Yeah, EX era humanoid Pokemon. Are we still talking about Pokemon that we would eat? Monkey, I had hair once. DS Uni, is Paldea Fates reprinting coming? I hope so. I have nothing confirmed. Most of what's on the channel is speculation anyways. I do think we're going to get more Paldea Fates though. That Mew is doing crazy numbers, right? Like, I'm willing to talk about stuff that I think is overvalued though. And I think the Mew is overvalued right now. There are like 20 copies right now on eBay plus of Bubble Mews all around the same price. No one's getting them sold. When is someone going to say, okay, I'm selling mine for $750. I'm selling mine for $775. Next person, well, dang, he sold it for that. I'm selling mine for $725. I'm not going to sit with the bag. That's going to happen eventually, and a lot of prices are going to come down. And if that doesn't happen, it'll be a reprinting of the set that we know and love, like Paldea Fates, and that will hopefully add more Bubble Mews into circulation. He sends the other back home for a month. Oh, no. Frank Nitty, yo, how we doing? 704 Chad. Hey, easy, Sty. Can you mail me your mustache? Sty, just keep working on it, man. Keep working on it. Eventually, you will have a stash just as good. I promise you. That is a guarantee. Keep working on it. To be honest, I don't grow any facial hair, which is I really don't. And when I do grow it, I look like a homeless person. So I keep that shaved. The mustache is about the only thing I have going for me as far as facial hair. So I appreciate that you guys are looking out for the stash. Gargoyles. Soundwave is my G. I've never been a good sleeper. Someone trying to force you to sleep is the worst thing ever. It is. I'm becoming a really bad sleeper though. My whole circadian rhythm is effed up. I changed my name from Galadrangen or Mads Thorgerson or something, but yes, I want to say your videos for me make the hobby that much better. I really, really enjoy your videos, so thank you. Yeah, I really, really appreciate that. My son is 16. He is an a-hole, but I love him to death. That's about that time, 15 to 18. That's what it's going to be, right? Angsty teenage years. We've lived through it. I enjoyed my teenage years. I crushed it. Honestly, no cap. I had a great life. I got bullied a lot when I was younger in elementary and middle school, but eventually that shaped me up to be kind of my own person by high school, right? Where I didn't really care as much what people thought of me. And I still cared, obviously, but way less than I used to. One of my biggest regrets, though, is caring about what my friends and girls thought about my collecting trading cards when I was in high school. I cared a lot about what other people thought when it came to like my nerdy hobbies. And I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! Still in 2013, 2014, 2015, probably a little bit. I wish I would have stuck with all of it. I wish I would have stuck, not with Yu-Gi-Oh! Necessarily. I wish I would have bought all the Grail cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! That I wish I had now. But I wish I would have stuck with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! But it is what it is. I still got in 2019. That was a great time to join the hobby, I think. That was a peak time to join the hobby. And I think people joining now are honestly blessed. This is a great time to join the hobby, too. It's crazy, but that's part of what makes it fun. And miserable. Monkey, can you juggle bottles like Tom Cruise in Cocktail? Now, I can't do that, but I am getting a lot better as a mixologist and as a bartender. And bar owner in general, but I'm getting a lot better as a bartender. And I want to start working on my tricks. Like spinning shakers and like flipping them up. I want to work on that stuff soon. Billy Hughes, yo, what's your next big vintage card you getting? I can't tell you that. The one that I wish I had the most, though, is the Gold Star Umbreon. It's a non-hollow, hyped up, inflated ass card. I honestly don't want it, but I really, really need it to complete the gold stars. Like, I can find Celebi easily. I need that Umbreon. I'm not buying... I honestly have no pressure to buy the Celebi. If I can't get the Umbreon, the Celebi is irrelevant. But yeah, the first edition Shinings. I need to get the Crystal Celebi still. I haven't completed my Crystal set still. Dude, guys, it's taken me forever to complete these goals. Forever. I gotta run, but I'll catch the replay. Right on, Zoot, Scoot, and Boogie. Oscar, how we doing? 704, Chad, what are we doing with collections? Still listing? What are we doing with collections? Still sitting on it, collecting dust? Yeah, that's a great question for everybody. What are we doing with our collections right now? I'm still sitting on everything. All my sealed stuff, I'm still sitting on it because nobody is actually making an offer. In these unbelievable times, I still am not getting all my sealed products sold in market, which I find kind of mind-blowing. Motivating Astral Radiance is super underrated. It might be. I haven't checked in on Astral Radiance, so I might have to give that a look-see. Max Steel, that looks spectacular. Winners, I have a Prismatic, Umbreon, Bubble Mew, and 2 Greninja promos at PSA right now. My first submission, good luck. Winners, Josh, how we doing? Mike K, why do you hate Poncho Pikachus? The Mario and Luigi are my favorites. Did I ever say I hated Poncho Pikachus? I don't hate Poncho Pikachus. the whole poncho theme I think is cool, but am I willing to spend that kind of money on them? No, I'm not. Now the poncho Rayquaza Pikachus, I would like to have those. Those would be cool. The other thing is that they're Japanese, and that's kind of tough for me, guys. You know I like to stick with mainly English, unless it's vintage. Card swelling up, yes. Back to the altered card I wanted to talk about. Ryan, we always hear you bumping rap, hip-hop. What other bands or music genres do you like? Okay, so I like rap, hip-hop, but I also really love rock and roll. Like Motley Crue, one of the greats. Queen, I love rock and roll, but I'm all over the place. I mean, one day I might want to only listen to rap, and the next day I might only want to listen to rock and roll. It's not like I have a music library that's like very diverse. Like I'm either all in on one type of genre one week and another the next. Sri, I heard that the Pokemon Center is going to be potentially dropping the new Rocket set tomorrow. How are you planning for it? There is no planning for it, my guy. There's no planning for it. Yo, I appreciate you for becoming a member, Max Steel. I appreciate it. It definitely helps me out, and every little bit counts. Turtle. Very little. Well, how are you guys? How are you guys preparing for it if it potentially comes out tomorrow? How would it possibly be coming out? I mean, is it going to come out tomorrow? You're talking about, yeah, this is, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Very little things are undervalued in Modern right now. I'm just looking for the cards with the highest raw to PSA 10 margin I can as a safety net. Yeah, that's a good strategy. That's a very good strategy, bro. Life Lover, would a BGS 9 cross to PSA 9? I want a Gold Star Torchic PSA 9, but I can't find any reasonable prices. I'll give you a story right now, actually. Let's story time. These two cards are the same cards, and they are pretty much just as clean as one another. But for whatever reason, one is a PSA 9, the other is a BGS 9 with good subgrades. PSA rejected my BGS 9 with 9.5 centering, 9 corners, 9 edge, and 9 surface. They rejected it. Unbelievable. Such a strong card. Unbelievable. So if that doesn't tell you, yeah, they are not handing out mint grades very easily for vintage. Now, this is because I tried to do a cross grade for $60. Might have been my flaw. Maybe I should crack this and send it into PSA. I don't want to do that. I'm really trying to get this card sold. You know what's crazy to me? Tag grading, tag 9 Gold Star Rayquaza just sold for 15,000. Why is it that my BGS 9 is sitting for 13 and can't get sold? I am so close to taking this thing off eBay and just keeping it. I love both of these. Never even wanted to sell this copy. Only tried to get rid of it so that I could be in a little bit of a better position financially, but the longer I hold it, the longer I want to keep it. They're identical. There's no reason this one shouldn't get a PSA 9. And if it did get a PSA 9, I was going to keep it. Which begs you to wonder, Orion, why even sell it if you would keep it if it was a PSA 9? The card's the card. But I really want it to be in a PSA slab. So we might end up keeping it anyways. We'll see. But I hope that answers your question. BT Mo, the rhythms of life. Some people benefit from burnouts. I think there's a silver lining in most things and maybe a lesson learned. For sure. The Warrior, Diddy oiled me up. I'm ready for you. Oh, that one hurt. Do you do collection reviews? Not really. That would be interesting, though. I mean, I've done a lot of collection purchases and shown them on here. Jess Boy, PSA 4 Gamer, favorite Pokemon card. The one I just showed, the Gold Star Rayquaza, probably is one of my favorites of all time. And then base set Charizard art. It just looks great. To me. Timeless. Hunter. What would I have to do to get some booster packs? Man, you got to go to the store and you got to buy them. Well, that's what you got to do to get some booster packs. Your favorite gold star? I want to default and say it's Ray, but it's actually probably gold star Pikachu. I really like the gold star Pikachu. Goob. Same frowny face. Jesse, PSA4 gamer. It's a great time for scalpers, so you can resell it. Hey, sorry I am late. I just got back from a soccer game. Hey, what's good, Tuscan? How we doing? Gemma, hi. How we doing? Whoa, early stream. I know, Win. We never do a stream this early. Josh, any advice for me? I'm going to be vending at my first show. Congratulations. In a couple of weeks, and I've got a bunch of modern 10s and some sealed. Josh, you're going to learn on your own very quick, but just always negotiate and treat people how you'd want to be treated. And you, even as a vendor, right? If you don't think it's that serious, it is. You are representing a business, so conduct yourself like you would conduct a business, right? Treat people with respect. Don't scoff at people. Don't laugh. Don't make little jokes. Don't do that kind of stuff. Just be straight with people and you'll be great, right? One of the biggest pet peeves I have is vendors I don't know. I feel like vendors sometimes low key disrespect people when they just think the offers they get are jokes or the trades they get offered are jokes. I feel like they just disrespect people. Just don't disrespect anybody, and you'll do great. You ruined the Pokemon community. Probably never even played an actual game of Pokemon with a built deck, reselling at its finest. You ruined the Pokemon community. Probably never even played an actual game. Interesting. Well, you don't know me. And I don't mind. You can have that opinion, and that's totally fine, bud. That's totally fine, dude. You're projecting. You're unhappy with something else in your life. Don't take it out on me. I'm the wrong guy, right? This is a safe space. This is supposed to be a fun stream. I was going to go see 311 this weekend, but I don't want to go alone, so I pushed out. Dude, 311 is sick. The band that does Amber, that's one of my all-time favorite songs. That's a great song. Music is like food. It's okay to like something today, but something completely different tomorrow. And music and food are probably some of the most important things in life itself. That's what makes this life worth living. I'll be up all night because I'm flying out early morning. Might be able to snag a booster box case or a few Pokemon Center ATBs. Good luck. What's your favorite Pokemon video game? So I grew up playing Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald. So it's going to be those for me. It was a sad day. I wanted a 10. Oh no, you wanted a 10. Oh no, you got something graded. I didn't see it. Hold on. Maria, wah, boof it. I don't even know what that means. Omega, listen to the sound of the Reggies. Okay. Try the tag crossover. Oh man. Matt, why do you care for PSA? It's just mostly my collection is PSA. That's all it is. I never really went with CGC. I never really went with BGS. PSA was just kind of the common company. That's all. There's really no major reason. Adrian, or 704 Chad, when you send in the cross grade, they look over for grading through the case, and if it meets their standard, then they crack it. Yes. So, and they might have not felt, or they just might be a thing where they don't want to crack it. Listen to the sound of the Reggies from the anime. Shri, to follow up on that new Rocket set, I heard it's tomorrow at around 9 Mountain Time, but they'll be dropping the Destined Arrivals booster boxes and Pokemon Center ETBs. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to look into that. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna have limits and it's not gonna do anything. BTMO, I like PSA. Explore the fun and real life live streaming. Nice. Esteban, first time catching a stream. What's up? Yeah, what's good? Glad to have you. How's the night? The night for me is going great. How's it going for you guys? Staying off the grid. Look, everyone. It's very nice. Very nice. Very nice. That's great. Love it. Anyways, I am really excited for Destined Rivals. I'm hoping that we will see some incredible artworks in that set, more than what we've seen so far. I know that might be saying a little bit much, but for me, the Greninja is great. The Typhlosion's great. And of course, the Misty's cards, but I'm still not quite sold. So, very interested to see what else they got cooking. Wonder what the promo cards are going to be. Same. That's also a big, like, what are they going to do with that? What could the promo card possibly be? Maybe it'll be a Mewtwo. They didn't do it justice with 151. Maybe they'll do it justice now. 704, that's crazy, because I thought when a normal card gets graded, they go ham, like examine it all close up, use a microscope. I mean, you can kind of look at a card up close to a slab, but I don't know. Weird. Well, yeah, if they crack it, right, that's a huge liability. So that's why I would think that, like, 9 times out of 10, they don't want to cross-grade. Jake Zappala, Powtown Marketplace is looking to buy a PSA 9 Gold Star Rayquaza, but he said he would consider other companies. Could try selling your BGS 9 Ray to him. Yeah, I talked to them. I talked to him a while back. I think the offer was like 8.5 or 8.7, which was really solid. But at this point, I'm looking at. I've held on to it for much longer now. I'm looking at more like 11, 12, 13. And even then, like, I won't be stoked about selling it. I don't really want to sell it, but I need to sell it. Also, I would rather know that somebody else has one that they're enjoying and that there's one more person out there that can share and appreciate that card. Sri Giovanni's Meowth would be sick. That could be a promo. That could be a promo for sure. Yo, good thinking. BT Mo, grading companies, none perfect. Better the devil, you know? Yeah, I feel that. Chaos Emperor is in the building. Brett. I'm up. I'm here. Yo, good. Imagine Mewtwo is the promo. Right? That's what I'm honestly thinking. Esteban, I wonder how the full arts will do. They look so good. But being a lower rarity, I don't know how desired they will be. Okay, so full arts. I actually think full arts are super awesome. Rarity, you have to take it into account, though. And they are way less rare. I always like the full arts, though. Full arts of good Pokemon Gen 1 through 3, for me, are like a must, right? I love them. I think they look sick. I actually, I'm super stoked about this one. But it's probably not worth that much. But the full art Charizard from 151, I was super stoked this one could get a 10. Super stoked. So yeah, I love full arts, but it has to be the right full art. And full arts over time have shown to appreciate really, really well. We look at the black and white era full arts. Those are crazy, but those are also super tough to grade and way shorter print runs. But we look at XY era full arts, and those are appreciating nicely. Not nearly as many were printed as they are today. So today's full arts are vastly more underrated, unfortunately, undervalued, unfortunately, or worth less, unfortunately. But yeah, excited for those. The full arts are always awesome. When you pull a full art, it's still like, sweet, I got something. William Gallier, what do you have for sale to rip tonight? Tonight we're not even ripping. We're just having an open discussion, pretty much. I have a ton of stuff that I am wanting to sell, but I'm trying to sell my entire sealed collection is one sale to one lucky and motivated buyer with deep pockets. Have you ever considered grading Magic the Gathering cards? Have you ever explored MTG card art? I think the art is awesome. Opinions on slabbing other games, Lorcana, MTG, One Piece, Sports, or Pokemon King? No. If you can find good stuff in the wild and you want to grade it, I'm all for it. I actually think Lorcana is kind of cool. I like One Piece. I'm with it. And Magic the Gathering is no different. If I found a vintage Magic the Gathering collection and I got to sort through it and find some of the best cards, I would definitely be happy about keeping some of those that I graded myself, right? Like the Black Lotus, that would be a sick card to own from MTG. I know that is like the grail of MTG. There was actually a guy that came into the shop with a huge Grail Magic the Gathering collection, but we found out that they were all fake. So it was a super sad story because I was going to help this guy consign a lot of high-end stuff, like tens of thousands of dollars in cards. Unfortunately, they were fake, which sucked. But yeah, that was going to be a big break for me, honestly, because we were going to do a massive consignment on that. The JT Volcanion actually looks really nice, to be honest. I agree. The Volcanion looks pretty cool. Volcanion in general is growing on me. Esteban, yeah, that card is sick. Max Steel definitely does. Love the Hopzation as well. Probably my fave right there with Salamence. And guys, if you don't like Salamence, not a big deal. I just think Salamence is sick, right? I don't care what everybody else thinks. That's what I like. Shri, dang, that looks fire in the orange graded guard. Appreciate it. Esteban, I was speaking about the Journey Together card specifically, but I agree. The Tyranitar from Ancient Origins is one of my favorites in my collection. Like the Journey Together Salamence, I was looking at that one too to possibly grade because like there's tons of copies on eBay, and that could be a play with people that are just upset they didn't get the bigger chase cards to pick those up. But again, right now, probably not the best time to pick up any of these cards as the sets are fresh, the prices are fresh, things need to fall a little bit first. But yeah, Journey Together, I did not give Journey Together enough credit. Journey Together is great. It really is. And for me, same thing with Surging Sparks. I know that Surging Sparks had the Terra Crown Pikachu. That was the chase card, not the Latias. People were not going crazy about the Latias. I feel like I'm alone in going crazy for this card. Same thing with the Salamence. Same exact situation. The Lily's Clefairy, way more hype. Everybody wants that. That's the more popular card. Can't dispute it. You'll get canceled if you try and dispute it. Still think the Salamence is the winner. And I'm happy with this because these sets have cards that I don't really care about that everybody wants. And then the cards that I want the most, I feel like most people just don't care about as much. So I'm happy with it. I'm a huge dragon reptile fan. Those are the kind of Pokemon I love the most. Yeah. And I was very tempted to pay the pre-order price for Journey Together, but 2 weeks, no rip. I know. Well, 2 weeks, no product. No product in any of the local shops. Georgie, I'll buy everything for the low price of $2. Great deal here. Austin Reed, Lore Can. Philip Seymour Davis, are you the guy that works at the liquor store who is viral? I do work and run a bar, but I'm not viral. That is not me. That would be sick, though. That would be sick if I was viral. Or maybe it wouldn't be. I don't know if being viral is a good thing these days. David, OG Pokemon anime or OG Digimon anime? Yo, those are neck and neck. OG Digimon anime is a vibe. Nico and me, hello, new here. Do you have a site where I can buy some cards? Go check out my eBay. If it's not linked in this description, it's linked in one of my other videos. Good to have you here tonight, even though we are wrapping it up shortly. I promised Aspen that I was going to go kiss her goodnight. You know what? I think I'm going to go into Aspen's room and kiss her goodnight because I don't want to like cut y'all off short. I bought a graded Iono's Kalawatral over the weekend for like 90. Probably going to lose money, but we'll see. Would you ever do Rip and Ship Orion? Nope, not me. 704 Chad, laugh my ass off. I remember the Magic collection you spoke of. Turned out that it was fake. Damn, yep. Poke Pursuit, why not send your Ray to Z&G? You'll keep 95% of the sale price. That's true, but there's something sweet when I myself have gotten some record sales, I've gotten some insane sales on my eBay. Like no one else has gotten some of the numbers that I've gotten still. Particularly on my PSA 5 first edition Charizard. I sold that card for like 53 or 5400, right? That was insane. And at the time it was insane. And even now that's a really high price for a 5. So I want to accomplish this myself, and I want to keep grinding on eBay. But yeah, sending it to Z&G would probably be a smarter bet, and it would definitely sell. But I've got 8.8 in the Gold Star Rayquaza that I'm trying to get rid of, or I shouldn't say get rid of, that I'm trying to let go to the right home. And that was 2 years ago, 8.8. So I need to make this worth the while. Ajith, any sealed that you've been buying? Nope. I have not been buying any sealed product whatsoever. But I would like to when things normalize. I mean, because no one's buying the sealed stuff that I have now. No one's made me a big enough offer on it. So I'm going to keep on hoarding it. I mean, I don't really care to, but heck, you know what? Someday it'll probably be worth more. And at least this way down the road, if I can't find any product anywhere, I can just open up a case or something. Which we may have to do here shortly. I may have to get a booster box to open soon because I can't find product anywhere. Marcelo, how much would you pay for an insane Giovanni's Mewtwo SIR and PSA 10 from Destined Rivals? 300, 400. These prices are all going to be relative in the coming months. I don't really like the Clefairy. I know, right? I mean, it's great, but it's not crazy great. Was hyped when I pulled the Roaring Moon full art. Surprised that hasn't still been the chase. And Paradox. Yeah, the Roaring Moon is sick. Chaos Modern is just a different direction. I'm sticking with Vintage. Esteban, how does PSA work with upcharges? I sent 23 cards at Economy. I got a text that was an upcharge 63 on Espeon from Prismatic. They're going to hit you with those upcharges on the cards that are going to make you the most money. So take those upcharges as a gesture of good faith. Made the Villain. Moving to East North Carolina soon. I got to come by the bar. What's the name? Starlight on 22nd, my guy. And congrats on the move. 2 months, no product. Esteban, the message said 1 or more cards are higher value. So I don't know if one of my Espeon did or one of the other. Yeah, it's kind of confusing the way PSA is grouping cards and the way they do their upcharges. Nico, thanks. Let me subscribe. Appreciate you. Austin, top 5 Pokemon, go. Pikachu, Charizard, Rayquaza. I'm not going to say an evolution. That's basic. Let's go. Let's honestly go Tyranitar and Groudon. Let's throw those in there. Yeah, but those fees aren't worth it to sell yourself. Right now, the fees are half for cards over 1,000. I just got an exclusive offer, so right now, if I sell the Rayquaza, the fees would normally be 13%, whereas the fees now would be like 6.75% or something like that, which is completely reasonable, especially being able to sell it myself. Once I ship it out, I get paid the next day. I get paid within 24 hours on my eBay. So once it ships out of my hands, I don't want to ship it around. I don't want to do that. The 10% or so on difference in the net sale price on Z&G is like 800 to 1,000. But again, I'm not paying that full price if I get the Rayquaza sold in the next 2 months. 2 months go by, it still hasn't sold. That'll be another debate. Marvel Marshall picked up 3 cases of Charizard UPC. Oh boy. Well, congrats on that. 34 sells away from 1K sells on eBay for you, Orion. 34 sells away from 1K sells on eBay. No. No, I almost have 1.3K sales on eBay. I might have to dip out here shortly, but I'm glad to catch a piece of the stream. I appreciate you. Make sure to remember, tomorrow, 9, okay, Eastern Standard Time. People said that if you have something in your cart and log in ahead of time, you have less of a chance of being thought of as a bot by the website. Interesting. Well, I bet everybody's doing that right now. KO, you have a great smile. I appreciate that. Chaos Emperor, yeah, but half isn't 5%. That's true. That's true. I'm missing 1.75% I'm leaving on the table potentially. Are those OG decks behind you? They are. Marvel 151 UPC versus Charizard UPC. Who wins longer term? I'm going to say the 151 UPC. No, the Charizard UPC. Yeah, the Charizard UPC. Those Zards are good. Mr. Zards Mix. Hey, bud. How we doing? eBay charges fees on sales tax. So you're likely looking at around 50% normal fee and 7 to 7.5 reduced fee. I will say the tax implications are another thing, but I actually don't mind that because it's making my overall net income on paper a lot larger than it would be. Now, you could say that's not helpful, but it is. If we're looking at pre-qualifying for a bigger house, that does help us right now to pump up my sales numbers. Debo, why do you look like Daniel Radcliffe? I don't know, my guy, but I take it as a good sign. Also, Z&G doesn't send out 1099. Yeah, I know. The tax implication is one of the biggest things there. Yeah, I'm gonna say good night, kiddo. After I finally caught up to you guys, I'm a maniac. I know. I don't want to leave you either. I'll be right back, okay? Oh, man. I got a really cute kid. Yeah, that being said, guys, it is getting around that time for me. Diana's still trying to put down Asher, and Aspen is asking for me to spend some more time with her while she's going to bed. And, you know, that is, that's more important than anything. So, Ryan, I am going to leave you guys. But there's always going to be next week. We always do streams every single Wednesday night. So if you're just bored, you're not doing anything Wednesday night, you want to pop in, you want to support me, you want to talk in the chat, go for it. I'm closing up. That would be sick if I could hand to James myself. That would be sick. Ryan, there's a lot of people saying good things about your bar. Thank God for that. I mean, yeah, we worked really hard to get our reviews, especially on Google, and I try and make great first impressions. I try and be super personable and professional, and it can be very draining. But I love it. Next week, base set. Hey, Austin, if you want me to open up a heavy base set pack, you've got to somehow get me about 600 subscribers, all right? No, but really, guys, it's 7.5K subscribers. We're going to open up a heavy base set pack. It might happen overnight. It might happen in the next 3 months. I don't know, right? But I made you guys a promise, and I'm sticking to it. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Show you guys. There's probably absolute treasure waiting in here. Okay, 7.5K subscribers. We're gonna open up a heavy base set pack. Really, really excited. And eventually, we're gonna open up a rocket pack. That'll be another increment, and eventually we'll open up a base set 2 heavy pack. That'll be another increment. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to give my word. And it'll be something to look forward to. And if I get burned, I'm not even going to worry about it because I've made enough ad revenue that it really doesn't matter if I get burned. But yeah, that'll be exciting. KO, how do you feel about Gen 9 Pokemon? I think they're all right. They're growing on me, to say the least. Boo, Burr, I can't read that. Wow, you have so many Poke cards. I do. Debo, subbed. Yeah, I appreciate that. Marvel Marshall, keep it up, Orion. You're a Poke fan? I am. Love Lives, appreciate that. How much is a 64? I don't know, like $200 these days? Unless it comes with everything in the box, like pristine, brand new mint. Jose, can't wait. I'm going to buy 600 subs for him. Have you ever seen Wizards of the Coast packs with holes in the packs from the factory? Yes, yes, yes. That is a thing. Tiny little perforations from the packs. All my packs have those, if it makes you feel better. Kind of a weird thing, too, if I might add. We should open up the Rocket pack next. I don't know. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot here, but definitely could do some kind of large announcement with this Team Rocket set being so close. I could do a large announcement and be like, hey, it's 7,000 subscribers. We're going to open up a heavy Rocket pack. But I don't want to commit to anything yet. But it would be a fun time. Oh man, I can't keep up with all that, guys. I'm sorry for those of you that came in here late, but we are wrapping it up. I'm gonna go spend the last time that I have left with my kid before she falls asleep. Congrats on your bag. I know you were buying Modern heavily before the pump. Well, I was buying Modern heavily, but I also I never really cared about. I did care about investing, but that was more of an influence. I really never gave a shit about it. All I cared about was having the cards that I wanted. And investing and making money on the side is a big plus, but it was never something that I thought was a guarantee. If I did tell myself it was a guarantee, it was because I was coping or trying to justify my purchases, which I think a lot of people are going to do these days. Congrats, Marvel. Congrats on the master set. But yeah, I will see you guys. Stay tuned. We do this every single week on Wednesday nights, okay? So stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a fantastic night, everybody. And I hope you guys, I hope to see you next week and on the next video. Peace!